Assalamu alaikum. How we doing? So it's been a while before since I talked about anything intermodal. It's been a while before I wanted to talk about this car for some time. Just never got around to it. But and without skepticism, I've always thought I've looked at reviews about class one model works.com. Okay, and the TWF10, the what they call the battleship. So, without further ado, we are going to tarry into it. Okay, so it's a nice simple box. Okay, um, it's this is a TTX, this is the intermediate car, and I must say that from what I've seen, I mean this they've really put time in this car. Okay, it's pretty impressive. Okay, in this box. Okay, it's magnetic. It's got a little magnetic door, uh, magnetic cover, a little window to see what you got. Okay, we can go ahead and crack this open. Okay, it's no instructions or anything. It's nothing, really tear it too much. You have to Google about this car. These cars actually came out in 1991. These cars was built, give me a minute. Let me take this out. Let me set this camera down for you. Okay. There we go. All right, there we go. Yeah, the box is quite sturdy, you know what I'm saying? It's manageable, you can handle it. All right. 1 minute. In the packaging, okay, it came with these stickers right here. I will be getting more products from this company. Okay, it's it's a lot of these upstart companies that's coming out, and they produce really ubiquitous type equipment and everything. You got your scale trains, Rapido is coming out with ubiquitous models and everything. So, and the things out there, a lot of your well-known models, they don't, they don't deal with. They don't, the things that you're used to. Okay, Wathers, Intermountain, Bachman, Atlas. They pretty much do a lot more of the run-of-the-mill contemporary things, and I'm not knocking them. So, okay, within this plastic sheeting, I'm just going to easily take this open. All right, real simple. Okay, within this casing here, we freed up this car. So, this is not a actual real container. This is actually cardboard container. So when you handle this car, okay, if you want to turn it upside down or whatever, you want to pick it up, just have something because of the detail within this car. Let me get my pointer. Okay, we'll just use a pen for now. The details right out of the box. Okay, I'm going to remove this cardboard container right here. Out of the box, we can definitely look at the container. Oh, excuse me. I take this paper container. Words is everywhere. You got to excuse me. I had some stuff I had to do today. Yes, so let's take a look. So this car right here, okay, this is the intermediate version. Okay, you have the as delivered version, you have the intermediate version, and you have the late version. Okay, the late version has the newer TTX design. Okay, the details are impeccable. They're spectacular. You got your etched metal walkways, okay, and you have your conduits and air pipes and ducts and everything. You got your lock hatchets and stuff in these boxes. So I forgot what they were named. Uh, the grab irons and everything. I'd say they sturdy to some extent. Again, you do want to put some kind of container, your 48 foot container in there. Okay, and what these cars were built for is basically for some containers out there carry heavy lading. So, and this is why you have such a low tear at each end. Okay, the details, okay, unlike Walthers, is pretty. I mean, it's mind blowing. It's up there. I see a future, pretty decent and prosperous future with class one model works, with their attention to detail, and their endeavors on equipment going forward. Okay, and their definite attention to detail is, what I'm saying, man, it's just remarkable. Okay, so you got your ladders, your side ladders. Now with these cars, you got this bracing right here. Okay, it looks like the car's floating. It looks like a battleship. Okay, you got different details and everything. The guideways for the container to go ahead and drop right in. You got everything that you would see in an actual intermodal car. The got the brass sheathing inside, as well as I believe this is metal. The car is metal. Now the wheels out there, these are wagon wheel. Okay, these little short trucks. Quite different from what you see in a typical fashion. From a freighter. A different freighter or whatever. Especially with TTX, okay, which is the leasing company for what you see in today's trains. Okay, so TTX is well known. Okay, it's again, this is for within the car in the lower level. Okay, you'll have your 48-foot trailers or 48-foot containers, and you can have your 53-foot containers on the top. It's so many different containers that you can put. I've seen containers where they have how can I say they have containers stuff where now they're using bulkhead containers. So you can carry extra large stuff. So this is the AN. The detail again is impeccable. You got your you got your baffle, okay, and your metal coupler as well. Looks like a number 5 coupler, short shank kind of, I believe. You got your couple lift ring. What else? Stuff. Some of the paint may have chipped off, but I'm not going to take anything away from it. The details there. You got your train line air hose on the side. On the side, this is another thing that kind of really caught my attention, is the air brake line is freestanding, okay, behind the rib caging. Same thing on the BN, which is the brake end. Same thing, the air brake lines go into the car body. Okay, you got your container locks, and the container lock box within the right here. So they use this because instead of tossing these little locks to lock the containers in place, and they stack them, and they're not tossing them around. Okay, you got your brake rigging, and everything through the car and stuff all on the deck here. And again, your etched metal grates and everything right here. You got your brake wheel. Now, I must say that, everything's not always perfect. It's just a little distorted. We're not going to, ping them. I'm not going to beat them up on that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but, for the price that I paid for it, we always expect perfection. But this is an upstart company. So I'm not going to, really tear into them like that. I mean, shoot, I didn't ask for better roses, okay, from all of them and stuff. So I will weather the car eventually because, again, I got a stickling for weathering. Now, from what I've been told about these cars, that, okay, even though they carry, some pretty hefty containers, that changing the brake shoes was hell. It was hell and high waters is a nightmare. So let's look under on, because I got to be real disciplined with this car. You know what I'm saying? Because, even though it's pretty sturdy, but also, I'm not taking no chances on something that seems ever so fragile. So you're just going to put this cardboard container in there. We're going to look on the underside. Okay, these right here, these trucks are the wagon wheel trucks. Let's get some, yeah, there we go. The bearing caps do spin. All right, as you can see, the bearing caps do spin. Let me give you some light. There we go. So again, your bearing caps do spin, and because of what this car is used for, the trucks are not like other trucks that we always see on these freight cars. Let's get somebody. Let's get a volunteer. All right. Should we get a spine? Yeah, I'll get a spine. Let's get a Bowser going on. Okay. A little intermodal family. I got a lot of intermodal equipment. The trailer's attached to the hat. So, as you can see, the trucks stuff is a whole lot different than the trucks that you see on this battleship. You know what I'm saying? Versus on the spine. Okay. So, again, with a lot of things that we see in our model trains, okay, we see a lot of etched metal, gratings and walkways, which that's a great standout, especially with our auto racks and, in between our cars and everything, and stuff, man. So it says a lot. Okay, we're stepping up, and then now that we got these new up and coming companies, so many cars that's coming out has a little more focal points, okay, in the design of the car. Okay, it's not just some old run-of-the-mill equipment that we use. So as you see, okay, again, you got your train line hose, and from what I was told, to change the brake shoes, it was less than favorable for crews. The shop crews changing out the brake shoes versus something, with a little more exposure to change out the brake shoes, especially nowadays since we have a lot more intermodal equipment running. So there was only 75 cars like this that were built, okay? So far from what I've heard, there's only 15 of these cars that's actually running around left. So you may get lucky and see this car, man. You may see two of these cars, the one train. I don't know, because with Trailer Train, being a leasing company, and Trailer Train is, TTX has such a great big inventory, just like you got this box car right here. This is from Atlas. So we got three different manufacturers of Bowser. Okay, we have Atlas. Okay, and we have Class 1 model works. Okay, so, and we see these things and stuff, the different details that's available in these cars and stuff and how we set up. I know some of y'all, looking a little further, okay, into my snowplow, okay, my Jordan spreader, okay, and the details on that. But stuff, we'll talk about that another time. Catch me on Facebook. I'll discuss about that, okay, and the lighting effects that I have on it, as you can see. You know what I'm saying? Just cut the light off, as you can see, but back to the story at hand. This car, okay, this TWF10 heavy duty car, pretty durable, okay. This car right here in total, with shipping, taxes, and everything, ran me close to $70 or $71. Okay, so it's a pretty expensive, higher end dollar model rail car and stuff. I think it's well worth it. Will I weather it? Yes. Will I add any extra details? I don't have to. Because, the way they've done the details on this car, pretty further exceeds anything that I've seen to date with the intermodal equipment that's been available, that's going to be available. Next to Rapido and, Waters Proto Line, Bowser and everything, and anything else that's coming about, scale trains, and as we're trying to focus more on the realism of these cars. Underside, it's not much going on. You can see the bracings of how the car is supported on these very short, stubby trucks right here and stuff. Again, with the sheathings at the end, it's for the bracings, extra support for the cars. Okay. You'll see this in the lineup. You got to get lucky to do so. And again, this is more of a conversation piece for those that's modeling intermodal. Okay, what I'm saying? Something, different for somebody to see when they're looking at, an intermodal staging yard or whatnot. Okay, a showpiece, a good showpiece. Like I said, I'm not trying to toss up my word salad. This car was not favorable to shop crews because it was difficult to get up under there to change the brake shoes. Okay, so what I'm saying, man, it was a gamble. When the cars come in to get, running repairs and everything, you would have to bad order the car, take it out. So, what I'm saying, it's more of a novel at best to some. What I'm saying? With mines, stuff, my railroad, this right here and stuff, man, it's going to run. Okay, so a lot of the shop crews and everything will be pretty pissed. I got a lot of containers that just didn't bring it because I just picked this one up and stuff from the mailbox. All right. Class 1 model works, does have a future. I see a lot more equipment coming about. Okay, and I do plan on picking up, more stuff from this company. And we need to support our small businesses. And I see a future with this car. They're pretty expensive, but they're well worth the money that you pay for it. If you take care of it, it's going to last you a long time. Okay, and like I said, this is the intermediate paint scheme. Everything's legible under magnification. Okay, all your little warning labels and everything. It's got the conspicuous taping, reflective tapes on the side. Because some people out there, they still want to try to beat the train. And they act like they can't see it until, they're crying because their poor little car, their little buggy, just got smashed up by the train. Okay? You're not going to beat something out there that's much stronger than your car. All right? It's pretty much, let's take these off. show you what we look like. You know, if it's free rolling. All right. Take these guys off. Let's put this guy on the rail. If you run an intermodal, okay, the car is free rolling. You know what I'm saying? The car is free rolling. Again, the bearing caps do spin. So, you know, that's a plus. Low profile, okay, when it's moving. And like I said, you know, I'm pretty impressed at, you know, what I got here. Okay, and do have a lot of TTX equipment and stuff, as well as, you know what I'm saying, my other well cars, mostly from Warthers. Warthers is more of a filler, okay? So, again, you know, I'm not going to tarry too long, but Classic Model Works does have a future, as a very long and stark future, okay, with some pretty, you know what I'm saying, wonderful products to come into its catalog, and hope to see a great deal more of stuff coming out with them, you know, different products. And from what I'm hearing, they may even dabble into, you know, power stuff. And hopefully it's something ubiquitous, something out there that's never seen before. And it's like they came out with the, you know, the 6-axle flat car, depressed center flat car. And this car right here, you don't see things you don't see every day in your trains. Well, this is it. So, like, subscribe, like it, bump it, dump it. Okay, yes, Class 1 Model Works.com, TWF10. I could have put this out some years ago when it first came out. They have different new products coming out, the stuff, containers and everything, which I also get from them eventually. I will get around to it, and should they have any more available, the late scheme, because I'm going to need that. All right? So, again, like, subscribe, like it, bump it, dump it. This is Daniel Lucas, all right? And I'm out.